This is Joshua Laguerre with Colorado Real Estate, and I'm over at the Tumbleweed Art Collective at 1333 three threes?
Yeah. 1333.
1333 Kaufman in Longmont, and I'm here with Tess Tubbs at Tess Tubbs Studio to find out a little bit more about her and what she does.
Absolutely.
So Tess, tell me about yourself.
So I was actually born in Colorado, but raised in Wyoming.
Okay.
And I became a Tumbleweed Artist Collective member about 2 years ago, and have absolutely loved it. It's been a great experience. Lots of great people. Get to dive into my work and enjoy creating art again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very nice. And how long have you been into, well, I guess I should ask you, what kinds of art are you into?
So I am a photographer, and that is my prime medium. I have painted in the past, I've done a few other things, but I've always come back to photography.
Okay.
That's always been my love.
How long have you been into photography?
So I have my associates in photography.
Oh, cool.
And, I took a photo class in high school, but it was all written. It was all in book. And so,
no practical application?
None whatsoever.
Okay.
And so it was kind of boring, to be honest. It didn't really excite me, but I needed an elective when I started college, and I saw that they were offering photography, and I thought, well, at least I'll know what I'm doing because I read the book, right?
Did that prove to be true?
No, not at all.
No.
Not at all. But the first time that I saw an image come up in the developer, it was like, I am hooked.
Okay.
I love this because there's something really magical about a blank piece of paper that's just white, and then all of a sudden, like magic, this image appears.
Yeah.
And it's all chemistry, it's all physics, and so, you can miss the magic, but it comes through. It comes through.
So realistically, photography is bridging the gap between creativity and science.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. If you don't appreciate and understand the science, your prints won't come out. But if you do it purely by the book, there's no heart in it, and there's no interest to the image.
Right.
So it's an interesting balance.
Very cool. Very cool. So then you got into film development somewhere around right after college, or?
Actually, that was part of the curriculum. I thankfully went to college before digital really became a thing.
Oh, okay.
It was definitely knocking on the door and pushing its way in, but my professor hated digital.
Okay.
And had nothing good to say about it, which was actually a really good thing because we learned everything by the book, all the traditional processes.
Okay.
Emulsion transfers, Van Dyke's, gum printing, and cyanotype.
Okay.
And so, learning to develop film really taught me an understanding of how photography works.
Okay.
It forced me to take better pictures because if you didn't think it through and if you didn't apply yourself throughout the image making process, then you would essentially waste a bunch of money.
Okay.
Right? Because film does costs a whole lot more now than it did back then.
Yeah.
But
you can't just take a million photos on burst and throw away the ones that you don't want.
Exactly. You have 36 exposures, and you hopefully will get it right.
Yeah.
Or you will ruin an entire roll of film and waste, half a day's worth of work.
Sure.
So
question, being kind of same age, same generation, we grew up analog and bridged the gap into digital in our adulthood. Would you say what your professor's feelings on digital photography remained true, or do you have an appreciation for now digital as well as traditional photography? How do you bridge that gap?
So, digital definitely has its place. Digital has made a whole lot of things much easier. for example, social media.
Mm-hmm.
There is something really nice about being able to quickly record a video, hey, and post it rather than needing to process it and figure out how you're going to get it onto a computer.
Right.
Right. So it does lend itself to some really great things. However, what breaks my heart is the fact that the information is getting lost, and people aren't understanding how accessible the old processes still are.
Okay.
And the work that it took to get to digital didn't just happen overnight.
Right.
And so, you know, if we can move forward without losing the old processes, that's my heart's goal.
Right.
And
Okay.
That's what I'd love to do.
Well, you had mentioned a couple of different types of development. One thing that I've never heard of before is cyanotype. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
What is cyanotype?
Cyanotype, and I have an example here. It is a blue and white photograph. So as we know, cyan means blue.
Oh, okay.
And so
Not everybody knows that. I didn't.
oops. So back in 1842, John Herschel was trying to figure out a way to copy his notes, his scientific notes, and send them to colleagues. And so he came up with this process to be able to copy his notes. So what he did was he came up with this emulsion that he spread on a piece of paper. Then he took his notes, he oiled them, making them translucent, not transparent, but translucent,
Mm-hmm.
and then he was able to make copies of his notes.
Okay.
Then at some point, an architect realized that this could be applied to architectural drawings, which really took off because then they were able to make multiple copies of their architectural drawings, and that is actually where we get the term blueprint.
Oh, very interesting.
Right.
So the original blueprints were this cyanotype way of developing notes
Yes.
and architectural drawings.
Yes.
And so you use this as a way to develop film?
It's not to develop film. That's
Okay.
a different process.
All right.
This is actually for printing photographs.
Printing photographs.
Yes. So
Okay.
this particular image is one frame from a medium format camera.
Okay.
And so the camera, this is actually a smaller version of a medium format camera,
Mm-hmm.
but the frame is actually this size here,
Okay.
rather than a 35 millimeter film, which is what we all know.
Typically think of, yeah.
Right,
I remember getting a little Kodak, wind them up,
Yep.
single-use cameras, and
Yep.
couldn't wait to get them to Walgreens to develop and see how my photos turned out.
Exactly, and so that film is much smaller than this film.
Okay.
But cyanotypes are a contact printing process, and so you actually take whatever image you want to print and you push it against the paper in a frame and
Okay.
take it outside and print it. And
Okay.
then when you have exposed the paper, then you rinse it in water,
Right.
and that's how you get your permanent image.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And so I think earlier you were telling me about other things that you can do with cyanotyping. It's not just for camera stills or printing photos, right?
Right. You can actually, anything you can put in a frame or even lay on top of the paper. I know a lot of people, they have videos of people taking sheets, like bed sheets,
Okay.
that are sensitized in cyanotype chemistry, and everybody takes an object and throws it on, and then they all lay on it. And so then, once you rinse it, you have these, black and white images. You have like the silhouettes
Mhm.
of all the people that have laid on the
Oh, really?
on the sheet, and so it can make a really cool group project.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
I love the process because it's so accessible and so simple that even kids can do it.
Oh, nice.
So yeah.
Okay. And so, what other kinds of things can you do with cyanotype? I think this photo here is very interesting.
Yeah, so this one here It's a digital photograph. I took it with my digital camera. Don't tell all the analog snobs. But I scanned it, or I put it into Photoshop. I made a negative, and I printed it on overhead projector film, which is readily available. And I printed it with my inkjet printer, and then using Cyanotype on a red piece of paper, I was able to print this image. And then instead of water, I rinsed it with coffee. And then afterwards, I used a gold or a silver pen and just added these accents. So this was a commission that I did for someone else. And so, you know, that's kind of the fun of it, is if I can find your image and then put my own twist on it, that can be a lot of fun. Because, I mean, sure, you have a picture in your phone, but what if you applied it to a process that is well over 100 years old?
That's neat. So what other kinds of services and art do you offer?
So I of course have all of my work on my website, but I am now offering photo restoration. This came in this morning, and so I haven't finished it yet, but to be able to bring this image back to full color. And I understand this is a black and white photograph, so you're saying, what do you mean full color? But even to have the blacks true black again and the whites true white, because I mean, as you can see, like the sky has yellowed quite a bit, and you know where this
there's not as much detail.
Right. So bringing back those details. Right. And then if the client wants, I can then print it in a specific style and hand color it. And so that's that involves using watercolors and oil paints and really bringing those colors back by hand, rather than, you know, just clicking print from your phone.
Sure.
So, you know, you can print from your phone, but you can also add a lot more interest to the image.
Neat. What else do you do?
So I do some product photography as well, and I also teach classes.
What classes do you teach?
I teach Cyanotype.
Really?
So even you can come. And
even me?
Even Josh.
You know me pretty well.
I think you can handle this. I think you can handle this.
I believe you.
So I just, again, I want people to know these things are accessible. You don't have to be an artist to be able to enjoy creating beautiful things. Right? We all kind of have that shock of, oh, that's a multi-million-dollar painting. But does that mean that you can't create beautiful things?
Sure. What do you have anything that you teach about photography as well? Like I don't know anything about taking photos to even get to the point where I could print them out on cyanotype medium.
Sure. Yeah. Right now I have 3 classes off the top of my head. I teach Cyanotype, where we will take the sensitized paper that you sensitize yourself out into the sun. And by the end of it, you should have at least 3 5x7 prints. That you can hang on your wall or whatever. I also teach a class on making negatives, digital negatives for printing with Cyanotype or other processes. But it's, you know, knowing what to look for to be able to make a really great negative for printing later. And then I teach a film photography basics class.
Oh, neat.
So we go over the different parts of the camera, how they work together, and then I give you a roll of film, I give you a camera, and we go out and shoot that roll of film.
Just go out into the wild.
Just go out into the wild. Fly a little ducky. But then afterwards we come back and we develop the film. So fun fact, you do not need a darkroom to develop film.
Really?
You need a darkroom to print film,
Okay.
but you don't need a darkroom to develop film. So anybody can develop film once they know how.
Okay.
So
And you teach that as well?
I do. So by
Neat.
the end of the class, you'll have a roll of film that you've developed yourself.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's the best way for people to get a hold of you?
So hop on my website. My website is TessTubbs.studio or TessTubbs.studio.
TessTubbs.studio.
Yes, and just go there and it'll have all the classes listed. It'll have all of my services listed, and then my email. You can contact me directly if you need to.
And you also have a gallery on there as well of your own art.
I do, yeah. Everything that's for sale is on there and ready to go.
And if you're interested in finding out more about Tess or her artwork, or coming out and hanging out with us, we're actually going to be down in downtown Louisville. This Friday is the first Friday of the first Fridays for this year. Usually downtown shuts down. There's artists featured in all of the local businesses, and there's some live music and little food shops and whatnot. We'll be at 724 Main Street at the Remax Elevate office. And we'll have some of Tess's artwork, and we'll be doing a raffle as well, where you can win one of Tess's classes and learn more about photography or these other types of mediums, whatever you might be interested in. So come out and see us. That's going to be Friday from 5 to 8. That's March 6th, I believe. Yeah, Friday, March 6th, 5 to 8 at 724 Main Street in downtown Louisville at the Remax Elevate office. And we'd love to see you.
Sounds great.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Bye.
That was awesome, Tess.